I'm Nicole Smallwood, and joining me today is Carla Bevan, marieclaire.co.uk's editor. We're going to be giving you a peek into the Parisian chic that's Paris Fashion Week. One of Paris's greatest exports last season was the Bauman show, and we were eagerly anticipating the show last week. Was it as great as last year, Carla?
I think if you loved last year, then you'll have enjoyed this show as well. Very similar themes there, lots of sparkly dresses, sort of exaggerated shoulders and things like that. It hadn't moved on perhaps as much as we were hoping it to, but I think die-hard fans will still have loved it.
Now, if you can't spend £1,000 on a pair of jeans, don't panic. We found these really great ones. They're J-brand and they're exclusive at Trilogy, which is also on the web as well, so go and get yourself a pair of these.
Yep, and if you're looking for something slightly different, Diesel have got them, ASOS, Topshop. There are plenty of places selling 80s style jeans this season.
Bauman is at the forefront of everyone's mind, and Kate Winslet wore an asymmetric black dress to the premiere of Revolutionary Road. What do you think of that dress?
She looked fantastic in it. That asymmetric line's been really popular on the red carpet this season. The embellished detail as well, really popular, and she looked great.
Now, if you can't afford to spend what's reported to be about £15,000 for one of those dresses, don't worry, I'm sure the high street will be picking up on it soon. Paris Fashion Week was our most celebrity-filled yet. They were everywhere. Shows, parties, front rows, it was amazing. Carla, who was your best celebrity spot?
It's got to be Kate Moss. We were sitting on the opposite side of the catwalk, and all we could see was this scrum of photographers literally fighting to get a picture, and we didn't have a clue who it was they were fighting over. Finally, security had to sort of bundle them all out of the way, and there she was sitting there looking absolutely fantastic next to boyfriend Jamie Hince and Maria Testino.
Now, Kate herself also looked really chic in a black tuxedo, but the bottoms of her trousers, boot cut, are also extremely long.
Yeah, well, I think, does this mean the skinny leg is over? If Kate Moss has decided we're back to boot cut, it might well be.
Well, if she says it's good enough for me. Now, another couple of celebrity spots. Vivienne Westwood show. Pamela Anderson modelling, how funny was that?
The thing is, she looked fantastic. There was this really fun vibe at that show. She looked great on the catwalk. Vivienne had Joe Wood in London, Pamela Anderson in Paris. It's certainly a way to get yourself some headlines.
The thing that I liked about it was normally the models were all very po-faced, and there Pammy was laughing all the way down the catwalk.
I know, it just lends a little bit of fun to it. Fashion can take itself a little seriously sometimes, so it was nice to see Pammy out there enjoying herself.
On the flip side to that, maybe, Beth Ditto just designed a range for Evans, which she's going to launch in a couple of months. She was everywhere. Do you think this is a new design forefront for her?
I have to say, by the time she got to Chanel, I think the paparazzi were just a little bit bored of her, because she'd been at so many shows and everyone had been so excited, and then she sort of tipped the balance, being so many people stopped bothering to take pictures.
The Stella McCartney show. Now, something that really touched me, Paul McCartney in the front row with his video phone out.
I know, it was very sweet, and he got his new girlfriend Nancy along, her very first Fashion Week show. She was wearing a Stella McCartney piece, and I think she just couldn't quite believe the scrum again of photographers trying to take her picture, all a little bit overwhelming.
I know. Now, also at that show we had Thandie Newton, we had Pink, and Kanye West again.
I know, I'm really over Kanye West. Salma Hayek there with her new husband, although they got sort of parted in the scrum because photographers really didn't care about taking pictures of him, despite the fact he's actually the CEO of the company which owns Stella McCartney. But no, they all want a picture of Salma Hayek.
It's always the way, isn't it? Always the way. Arabella Greenhill, senior fashion editor, has just come back from Paris. She's going to be giving us her must-have items for next season. Arabella.
Hi.
Hi there. What's your first must-have item?
My first must-have item must be the Lanvin dress, the first exit that came out from the show. It's beautiful black, very simple shift dress, but with this lovely kind of pleated detail on the shoulder. And it's just so classic and just so beautiful.
Now, could you see this yourself wearing this in day or for evening, or a mixture of both?
I think probably both. I think for the day, if you've got somewhere very special to go, then I think it would be perfect. But definitely for the evening, it's a very cool dress for that.
Now, second item on your list, what would that be?
Well, the other woman that I'd like to be, if I wasn't the Lanvin woman, who's obviously very grown up and sophisticated, and the woman I should be inspiring to be, is Isabel Marant, and she's just a bit cooler and a bit funkier and sort of a rock chicky kind of woman I'd like to be.
Now, it's a grey jumper, quite a fine knit that you've chosen.
Yes, it's slightly sweatshirty. It's kind of has more of a, it's much more casual, much more a day thing. Great with sort of jeans or with a little skirt or over a dress, but just sort of has that sort of sweatshirty feel about about it, but a much finer version than something you'd maybe find at the Gap.
Now your third item, an accessory maybe?
An accessory, yes. I think there's still lots of bold statement jewellery around, and I think the necklace that I liked the most was the one at Bottega Veneta. It's gorgeous sort of crystals and mixes of different kinds of shapes and textures and stuff like that. And also there's a lot of the gold and silver being mixed together as well in the jewellery, so it's quite an interesting combination.
Now, would you say that this season it's more about a statement piece again? Is it or one item or lots of different jewellery all at the same time?
I think it's more of a one item, the statement being either a big necklace or a great cuff. And you can stack up the cuffs, mixing the gold and silver is quite a good idea, but it's definitely not about little bits of jewellery, little fine jewellery.
Arabella, thanks for sharing your top 3 tips. Sadly, that's the end of our roundup for Autumn/Winter 2009, but don't forget to be wearing your spring/summer clothes first. Tune in next time at marieclaire.co.uk.